Hey guys, this is Juvidu and welcome back to another episode of G&A Podcast. I am not alone, of course. I'm here with the wonderful, I can't think of any adjective right now to describe you.
I appreciate the compliment.
You're just not even. I can't think of anything to describe you. You're just forgettable. He's here
with Soberoni. That's me. I was gonna call you something, but you know what? I'm just not.
You know what? That's fine. I have all the love I need within myself. Okay. But yeah, so today I think was the first week in a long time I haven't been totally just feel like I'm being punched in the face by just everything that's happening.
We weren't blown back by anything in particular.
Yeah, the rather chill week, which I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about it. I'll take it as is. But yeah, speaking of something that wasn't crazy, let's start off with Kakegurui.
You know what? I did not, I think we mentioned it last week where we were like, oh, this is going to be on a 3-week hiatus or something. I don't know what the deal is with Kakegurui, but it came out, so we watched it.
Wait, what?
In any case.
Sorry, say that again?
Remember last week it was on a hiatus for 2 or 3 weeks?
See, I knew that wasn't gonna. I feel like that wasn't gonna happen. I totally forgot about that.
We looked at Annie chart and it was next episode 14 days from now or something.
Yeah, I did say something like that, which is crazy.
I don't know.
So, yeah, Silverny said, it came out. We watched it. We enjoyed.
Yes, I'm glad to have it back, and it was a really, really, really. I don't know if it's episode of the week, but it was a really strong episode.
It was a really. Oh, it actually was a really good episode. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think this is my episode of the week either. Yeah, it's not my episode of the week either. But it's second place. Definitely
second place for me too.
Very close second. First of all, I love how Saotome is just oh yeah, I used to just share everyone's life too. Totally understandable that you guys treat me like subclass.
Solidarity between bitches.
Yeah, right. Essentially,
oh, yeah. I know where you guys are coming from.
Yeah, I know the score. I would have been
I thought she was gonna be two-faced about it. After she left the bathroom, fuck these bitches.
Let me tell
slit
you.
Their throats.
Let me tell you something. It would have been Mean Girls Part 3 up in this bitch if that happened to me.
I thought she was gonna smile at them and then grab one of them their heads and just slam it into the mirror.
Oh my god, yes, and then cut the other one with the glass shards. Greatness.
Yeah, this was gonna turn into a really dark, depressing. Although it did kind of, as much as we're going over the top with it. I mean, it wasn't.
Oh, we're going over the top with it
compared to what happened in the second half of the episode.
Yeah, right.
Was that room that they're in? Is that a homage to Saw? Because that room.
Literally when you started saying that sentence, the first thing that came to mind was Saw.
Yeah, it looks like the exact room from Saw.
Yeah, except they're not using that room for torture, or they are playing a game. But yeah, no. I really I appreciate the crazy chick because she is literally the closest to Yumeko in terms of crazy.
Yeah, they're almost identical in terms of their craziness.
Yeah, everyone else has a different brand of craziness in this series. Excuse me, but her specifically is similar to Yumeko's. They both get off on gambling.
Although she gets off a little bit harder.
Yeah, she kind of physically gets off.
I think Yumiko is this is more a psychological thrill for me.
And then meanwhile this girl's trying to finger her pussy with the gun. Before she pulls the trigger. What's his name
must have been so freaked out when she was on top of him.
He
many emotions going through his head.
He probably would have been this is it. This is what my life has come to. Also, this is the first time that he's actually involved in it.
Yeah, that was really cool. Like, he's actually a player in the game now.
Yeah, exactly.
Somewhat.
He's not like he's a quote unquote player, as in he has like a direct influence on how this game can come out if he's like smart enough to do something. Do what? I don't know, because like it's literally almost impossible. Like,
Yeah, there's no real way you can. I mean, I honestly, if I'll be disappointed if it turns out that Midori was cheating, because I think that she's the one person
who wouldn't
in
cheat?
the whole school who wouldn't be cheating.
Yeah,
Yeah, like she actually wants to go crazy and shit.
yeah. Like I'm waiting for them to do the backstory when they realize that she actually shot her own eye out. Like,
No, yeah, that's a good point.
yeah, like I thought that was pretty like. You know, I thought that was
she
pretty
has a genius
obvious
under
when
it,
she kept pointing the gun to her own fucking head. I'm like, I'm pretty sure she just pulled the trigger once and lost her eye.
I'm glad that they clarified it is in fact a real gun and not like an airsoft gun.
Yeah.
Although I do think that Yumeko probably like put the bullets in such a way that the gun is just gonna jam or something like that.
It blows back in her face and she loses her other eye.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
That would be, but I feel like that's not gonna happen. But I feel like something did happen, because she was like, probably shouldn't pull that trigger, and she's like,
Yeah.
I'm pull this trigger.
I feel like either it's gonna be one of three things is gonna happen. It's gonna be blank, it's gonna jam, or Yumiko is eventually gonna get a chance to shoot, and she's just gonna shoot her in like the foot or something to not kill her.
Could you imagine if she actually just shoots Yumiko? It's not gonna happen, but
the end.
yeah, right. Hey, it won't be the end if she like,
then
the shoulder.
Mary becomes the new main character. She was the main character all along.
Is it crazy? I wouldn't really mind that. Like, the part of me that wouldn't mind that. I would be really.
I would be
upset over. I'd be upset over Yumiko dying, but like, that's very Games of Thrones-ish to kill off like their main character like that.
Oh yeah, it is. But I would hate it because I love Yumiko. Yumiko's probably my favorite character in this season. Period. So if she dies, like, no, I love Yumiko.
Yeah, but I don't know. I was talking with my friend about like how like characters are so good that we'll do anything to keep them alive. Like the whole point of like resurrection kind of takes away the meaning of like their deaths, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just, and he has a point. Like, I think that would be such an amazing way for her to go out. I think she would leave such a strong impression on you forever. Like that she would almost be like martyred. And it was like
in a really loose sense, yes.
Yes, in a very loose sense, she'd be she'd be martyred, and her character would be, before it can get like tarnished by whatever stupid shit anime writers want to do.
Her perfect and pure character would be completely intact.
Exactly.
Speaking of characters being intact, I liked how we got to see the president kind of get her little crazy moment, like a little inkling of how her crazy.
I saw her face, and she just had crazy written right.
I knew she was crazy. I was like, all right, what kind of crazy is she? Because everyone is crazy in this show in like various different ways.
I wasn't surprised at all. Because she's a student council, so she's like, I run this bitch.
Yeah, I guarantee she's probably the most crazy of all of them, but I want to see how.
Yo, it'd be crazy, like, if she just came into, like, the basement where they're, like, after, the other girl, what's the crazy chick's name again?
I think it's Midori.
After Midori, like, loses, and then she just takes the gun and just shoots her in the head and just kills her. She's like, it's okay.
Happening.
It's okay, I'm just gonna council president. I'm just gonna clean it up.
She's just drunk on power.
Well, she is.
Yeah, I know, she is, but it'd be crazy to see her do like, I am the student council! Fucking like...
Shoots Midori, shoots her two henchmen,
yeah.
Shoots Suzui in the leg, cause just why not?
Yeah, Jesus. This is a crazy show.
Yeah, it is. I like it. It just makes me feel happy. Like, it fulfills my craziness. Because I feel like there's a lot of times where do you ever have those conversations with someone and you're just like, just being stupid, like, oh, don't you imagine like this stupid shit would happen, da 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 da. I feel like this anime is that.
Yeah, it's like, it's a fulfillment of like something I never knew I wanted, in a way. Like, I never even thought in my mind to be like, oh, there should be like a gambling anime where a bunch of crazy psychopaths just gamble with each other. But now I want that.
Yep.
I want more of it.
Yes, and more we shall have next week, unless they ambush with another hiatus.
Then we get a second recap. It's just a recap of episode 6.
Oh, God, I hope not.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, next is everybody's favorite, Fate Apocrypha.
Didn't I fucking call it? Did I or did I not call it?
Call what?
She definitely was gonna get saved by the brother. I definitely said this was gonna happen.
That was super obvious.
I was like, oh yeah, okay. So she's getting saved
like
by her
half
brother.
a point for that one.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take what I can get.
I did end up liking her because she has that kind of like bitchy side. They're like, oh, what are you doing getting in my way? But then she was like, but you did save me, so thank you.
Yeah, I know. You're like, oh my god, her tsundere side's coming out.
Yeah, kind of semi-tsundere. Yeah, totally. Please, on the list of
oh my god,
she's behind a guy.
On 4chan, they must have done ungodly things with those like spiral legs on like the hentai board or something.
Maybe. I look forward to Comic It is this weekend, or it was this weekend, so maybe a little bit too late or too early for Fate Apocrypha stuff, but there's always the winter.
All you Dojin fans, keep an eye out. But yeah, so that shit happened, and then everyone just leaves because Chiron is like actually smart. He's like, yeah, I kind of can't win this way, so I'm just gonna bounce.
I'm getting tired of everyone just bouncing like that. Like they just start shit and just leave.
Well, it's not like he had any intention to fight her. His intention was to snipe, and that didn't happen.
What a bitch.
He left.
I don't know. I just want to see like a whole fight. Well, I guess we are going to see a big fight.
Excuse me? I'm like, hello? Oh, also, the Jack eating the heart scene. Blech.
That was super cute. I love that scene. I mean, it was kind of gross when she ate the heart itself.
Okay, so that's what happens when you're a lolicon. As long as there's a little girl doing it, it's cute.
I said the part where she was eating the heart itself was kind of
That's literally the only part I mentioned.
The whole rest of the scene where her getting along with her mother was really nice and cute.
Stop calling that woman her mother.
Also, can you slurp a heart like that? I don't think that's possible. That was a really
No, you actually have to open your mouth to get the tissue that huge into your mouth and then swallow. And then even then, like, she's like a 6-year-old girl, so like how is she even able to swallow a heart?
Questions.
Yeah, these are the real
questions.
questions.
Need to be asked.
But yeah, so wait, I have a question. Not related to her eating hearts.
Not related to hearts.
Is Trifas where the hideout, like basically the fortress of Team Black?
I think so, or like
because everyone was like, "Oh, we're going to Trifas." We're going to Trifas. We're going to Trifas. We're going to Trifas. And I'm like, okay, are we all just gonna have a gangbang up in Trifas?
Yeah, it's like everyone's just gonna meet up in Trifas.
Wherever that is.
God damn, why do you have to take place in Romania?
Yeah, can you just make it take place in America?
In America or like France or something, or UK, someplace I would reckon. Like if everybody was like, "Hey, we're gonna head up to London," that'd be cool.
No, let's have the word Montana.
We're taking the fight down. We're taking the fight down to Yonkers, guys.
Yonkers, yikes.
Somebody set a Grail War in the Bronx, please. I want to see the servants fight in the middle of the fucking 4 train.
Yeah, they're just on the train line. Further delays on the 4 train. Oh.
I did really like how they made all the a lot of the characters got some development that weren't Like at
Yeah, I was
all
gonna
developed
mention
before.
that, like the Q moment with the assassin and Shido.
Yes, I love that that moment.
Yeah, she was being kind of cute, not like total like super anime sugoi cute, but like
Yeah, she has like her charm. Also,
yeah.
I want to point out, if she's an assassin, why in the fuck is her noble phantasm
I knew you were gonna bring that
a
up. I
giant
knew you were
ass
gonna
like
bring
spaceship? My assassin class lets me summon a giant fucking flying fortress to bombard my enemies and summon
Maybe
armies.
it turns invisible, like Wonder Woman's jet, invisible jet.
Oh yeah, thanks assassin for summoning your fucking mobile fortress.
Hey, that is more useful than like most of the assassin abilities.
It is more useful, it's just not for an assassin. Why is this not Ryder's ability? Watch Ryder's noble phantasm. I can turn invisible and like hide myself from that.
No, I'm not an assassin. Yeah, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Like, I was just like, isn't this like just a wee bit of a ripoff? Like, didn't you already do the gates? Now there's like the Hanging Gardens.
Listen, there's
like,
only so much you can do with Babylon.
Exactly, right? Like what are we gonna do next? The Tower of Babylon?
Yes. There you go. No, they haven't done the Tower of Babel noble phantasm yet.
Fuck. I'm copywriting that now immediately, even though I really can't.
Nope, too late. It's already in the works. It's gonna be in Fate Grand Order next week, next event.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they are going the very obvious route with Siegfried, with Sig, who's going to become Siegfried.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of disappointed because I was like, that was like a little bit too obvious.
I'm guessing that scene that the show started off with the big fight,
Yeah, it's coming up like probably.
That's gonna
very
be
soon.
this. Yeah, it's gonna be in like the next couple episodes.
Yeah, if not next episode.
Right. Which I don't mind. That was a good fight.
Yeah, and I like things. I like when it shows stuff that happens like in the middle as opposed to like the end of the series. Yeah. Then there's like room to like.
Yeah, there's room to work with. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, I saw the ending already, so I know what's gonna happen.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm okay with that. So yeah, next week is gonna be fucking lit.
Hopefully it's gonna be fucking great. We get to see more Mordred fighting. Well, maybe not. Yes. I guess she won't be there in time. Well, I guess she will if it's gonna copy off. Maybe not next week though. I don't know who is gonna be there. Is it literally just gonna be everyone?
It's gonna be everyone except for. Well, not Saber at first. Saber's going to take a while to get there. So
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I imagine Saber and Jack aren't going to be there next episode.
Yeah, but they'll get there eventually.
They'll get there when everyone's dead. Yeah, their little fight on top of the corpses.
Yeah, right.
That's the other thing. I guarantee this is going to be like, if... I don't want to guarantee it, but I think that there's going to be at least one or two major deaths, like servants or masters. Has to be. If they're hyping it up this much.
Including, yes, and one of them being the fat ass.
I'm pretty sure the fat ass is going to be like Spartacus's master, or he's going to have like... He's already dead somehow. Like, he's already fodder for the Team Black.
Yes.
But yeah, I can see some other important servants dying.
My God. And that's just a shame, because he knew that was going to happen. That's why he was drinking so much. He's like, damn, I'm probably going to die.
Horrible life. His whole purpose in the show was just to be a shitty person that gets shit on for as long as he lives, which is not very long.
Damn, why can't this happen with Shinji?
The Shinji of the... Shinji at least had some moments.
No, he had no moments. He's a total sleazebag. But I'm just saying, I wish Shinji would die faster over this dude. This dude was just kind of incompetent and kind of a dick. But, like, Shinji was, like actual scum.
Well, give this guy a chance. He didn't get the chance to be scummy.
I can't give him a chance. He's dead. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Other than that, it was kind of just a slower building episode, which was fine.
Yeah.
Especially after last week's super amazing episode.
Yeah, amazing. Oh, someone else. I'm trying not to just reference that song from
Working.
No, from
Oh.
Twice. It's a K-pop song. Literally, one of my favorite girls. She's like, someone else! And I'm like, That's all I think of when I think of that person's name. That person who
I think of that
sits over
working
her
song,
knees.
but okay.
What?
I think of the working opening.
Wait, which one?
The first one. Someone. I can't sing, so I'm not going to do it, but go rewatch the first working opening.
I know. I think I'm remembering like the second one, which was amazing.
Maybe it was the second one. I'm not sure.
But yeah,
One of the working openings.
Someone else definitely sided with Silver Oni about
Ruler not being completely neutral.
Yeah. Oh, for some reason I thought he sided with you over Jack, but as well, which is fine. As a gay man who has no interest in girls, in cute girls, I'm totally. Oh, it's such a surprise that my opinion is the unpopular one. Whoa, crazy.
What about Jack being cute?
Jack being cute, or maybe Ruler that I don't remember now. Now I think about it.
I don't remember any argument we had about who was cute or not.
No, no, you're just like, oh my god, you're just like, no, Jack is so great. I love Jack.
I do love Jack.
Like, and so
it's gonna literally be a contest between Jack and Mordred for my favorite character. So.
Excuse me. But yeah, who knows? Maybe next episode they will, the rankings will change. Maybe once again, Astolfo will come back out on top.
Yo, Astolfo got one line or something this episode. Astolfo
I
fell
know.
from grace.
Yeah, they're really trying to. They're like, we went a little too hard with Astolfo. All right, let's put Astolfo in the back now. Just annoying. He better get some screen time now. But until then, let's move on to Hajimete no Gal.
Okay.
Gyaru.
This was a fun episode. You were right. I did. They made me like Nene.
Yep.
A bit. She was pretty cute this episode. Also, alright, so my favorite thing about this show is just that, yeah, I like Nene, but, Idame is just so fucking great.
Yep.
She is, I have it written in my notes, she's the anti-drama. She's like...
and you would think that she would cause a lot of anti-drama and be angry all the time and da-da-da. Nope, she's actually very tame, very,
I want her to be in every anime. Any situation that can cause a misunderstanding or, a feud to break out between people, she just comes and, defuses it in the most common sense way possible. Oh, there's some random girl humping my man. Let me not just, punch her or assume anything. Let me just actually ask what's going on and who she is.
Yeah. Oh, before we continue, just... Because I literally just went back to someone else's comment because I really just wanted to see it. So, yeah, agreed with you on because this is important, guys.
Oh my god, this imaginary fight that we had.
No. Agreed with you about John being not exactly neutral. Excuse me. But yeah, he kind of sided with me about Jack's behavior. As in, Jack is not a proper match against a Saber, even one-on-one.
I was going to say she did have the element of surprise in that Jack, or Mordred doesn't know. She didn't know enough about Jack to counter her. Jack definitely had the advantage in terms of being able to hit her with a surprise attack. She doesn't know what her Noble Phantasm is. And Mordred is kind of really easy to lead on.
Sure, whatever you say. You're clearly just not gonna let this die, but all right.
I mean, I'm just saying because Jack's Noble Phantasm is literally hey, if I use this against a woman, they just fucking die, and Mordred doesn't know that.
It's just stronger. It was not guaranteed. Guaranteed Oko. Yes, I know. In Fate Grand Order, it does a billion damage against.
I wasn't even using Fate Grand Order logic, but whatever.
Because she's in every other anime, so of course you know the scope of her.
I just know that her noble phantasm hits
oh, wait,
women.
we don't.
I know it's specifically made to kill women, and she went out of her way to be like, "Oh, let me make sure this person I'm fighting is a woman before I use my noble phantasm on her." So that leads me.
We'll find out. We will find out at some point.
Probably not. They'll probably never fight again, and this will just go unanswered.
Well, she'll
anyway,
kill someone else. She'll kill some other woman. Anyways, back to Hajimete no Gyaru. Yeah, first of all, the pedo bear, whatever his name is, I guess call him pedo bear.
Yeah, he stole the show again.
Yeah, he just, like, literally, it's such a recycled joke, but it works. It works. It's so not stale.
It's never gonna be stale.
It's never gonna be stale, because he just keeps going. I feel like, where do you go from there? Like, when do they stop being, like, and so it's like, everyone's like, oh, Sorewachoto, like...
I'm waiting for there to just, like, escalate it where he actually is just, like, hanging out around playgrounds and stuff and, like, just
exactly, yeah.
I will lose my shit if I see him hanging around in the playground in the background or something.
Like, I don't want that to happen, but, like, it'd be really funny if it did, but...
Also, I did see the censored version of this because, like, I had to. But
oh, no.
I will admit the censoring was pretty funny.
Right? Didn't I tell you? The censorship is always funny.
It's funny because it's creative. It's not
exactly.
necessarily...
Like, oh... man.
Yeah, like the hand just popping out of nowhere and stuff.
They just keep yelling shit.
That was cute. That was cute. Cute censorship. Good job. Good job censoring all the fan service guys. So you don't have an opinion on preference between Nene prior to her gal transformation?
I like the old one. I like the old her. Like, not by much, but I just like the old one.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like it fit her image better.
Yeah, the whole, like, cute little sister thing.
Yeah. Which, I give her credit for being, like, super direct. She did not fuck around.
Oh my gosh, she was fucking savage with Kashi. Yo, she had me dying. Yo, she went in on that bitch. Ooh, she was... no, that wasn't even shade. She was reading that bitch for filth. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was a great scene. She destroyed her life. I feel like she rehearsed that. She's like, all right, this is what I'm going to say to every fucking girl who talks to my man. I have a whole prepared list of shit to say to them.
Well, that's what she was planning to do. That was the well-desired effect. Well done. Well done, Nene. But yeah. Oh. I love how when all three girls, like, were rubbing their boobs together, like, he was like, oh my god, he literally called it, he said, quote unquote, what a brutal scene.
So do women do that? Just rub their boobs together from 3 different angles to measure them?
I literally am the last person that you should be asking that question. Yeah, I'm like, who finds that fun? Like, wouldn't that hurt? Like, women talk about how much their boobs hurt. Like, a lot. Especially, like, how uncomfortable bras are and whatnot. That stuff I do hear a lot about. When I talk about, like, just, like, my female friends or, like, my family or whatnot. Like, the cleavage is not exactly something you just toy... Like, they're not actual, like, fun facts.
Welcome to G&A biology lesson with
yeah. Oh god, but yeah.
But I agree with you in there just needs to be more focus on Yame. Like, she needs an episode that's actually about her.
Yeah, it's about her. Like, I feel like it's cool that she's not causing any shit, but I feel like because she's not causing any shit, that just makes her, like, a secondary character.
Yeah, it's like she really does not get that much screen time. Like, at
really
all, compared to anybody else. I think she gets as much screen time as his friends do, if less, probably.
Yeah, right? Oh, the inner dialogue with inside the main character dude. I forget what his name is. What is his name? Let me go look. Junuichi. There we go. But yeah, his inner dialogue when they, when Nene, when Nene was on top of him, and then like he turned into like a Godzilla or something.
Yeah, I love
That
those
whole
little
like
scenes that they throw in.
yeah, that it was a literal inner struggle, which was cool. That's like such a cool way to show someone's inner struggle. Like they show it in like an almost literal sense. You know,
Yeah, this
it
show
was
does a
very
lot of really nice little fun things that you don't really think too much about. Nice attention to detail.
Yes, very much so. Very, for a comedy, for an ecchi comedy, it's very
Has thought put into it.
Yeah, it's very thoughtful. I like the characters a lot, like all the female characters. If only they could focus on the main one and develop her, that'd be great.
Soon.
Yeah. But speaking of anime that pays attention to detail, next up is Centaur no Naomi, which is definitely my episode of the week.
Same, also my episode of the week, because I feel like it's always just, I'm always shocked by how weird the show is. As used to weird as I'm getting from it, it's just, it still remains shockingly weird.
Yeah, definitely. But it does it in a way that's like, you can't help but like be curious.
Yeah, like I have a bunch of notes on it, and I'm like, because I got a bunch of, first off, before we get to any of that, I just want to say that last part with
No, that's my favorite part. That's my favorite part. That's literally the reason why it was the episode of the week.
I knew it. I fucking knew you were gonna.
That's literally like, oh my god, shit just got so fucking real.
That was the fucking burn of the century.
My lord. Oh. Damn, like, this was fucking real life. Like,
oh, I feel so bad for her dad.
Like, that is one of those scenes that's like this episode, like, if there was an Academy Award things for like anime, that scene would ensure this nomination. That's actually such a great scene, because that's like a scene that anyone can relate to. Like, it's literally an episode about like people like struggling. Like, they're struggling to like feed the kids, yet there's like someone who's like trying to juggle like supporting their family and yet chasing their dreams. Like, that's something white, black, Hispanic, etc., man, woman, gay, straight, and everything in between. That's something that we can all relate to. So, and the fact these people aren't people, they're like
yeah,
they're like angel people and
centaurs and shit.
And centaurs. And yet that moment was like the most realist shit I've seen in so long. What a great scene. Yeah,
that was a fantastic scene. Oh my god. I rewatched that scene like 3 or 4 times. I was like, oh my god, you fucking just... Oh, that was so great. Oh, I like to believe that you don't have to you can do both of those things. Wait, are you talented enough to do both of those things?
Damn, like, she told him how it was, like, my word, like...
Yeah, I love her. That scene made me like, oh, she's like one of my top favorites now.
Yeah, like, Mitama just like skyrocketed, and it's so fucked up because she did it right after she did a gig pretending to be an exorcist just to get more money.
Yeah.
That shit is crazy. And she came in, she's like, listen. She's like, listen, my dude. I just came back from conning someone out of their hard-earned money. Like, if you're going to play around and be an artist, I'm going to need you to fucking paint. Because while you're sitting here working half the fucking week, your kids are struggling to eat. I'm like, god damn, that's some real shit.
Yes, that was so fucking great. Oh my god, I can't. This whole review of this episode is gonna be like, oh, that fucking scene is so amazing, but it really was like the defining.
It really
moment.
was like, if you are not interested in anime at all, like, let's just watch that scene. Just watch that. This episode will just like,
This show in general,
So
if you're
good.
not someone who's followed anime a lot and you're like kind of new to it, I would recommend this show only because it's so realistic. Like, you can relate to a lot of it, but at the same time, it's so quirky and hard to like pin down.
Yeah.
It's like so unique.
Exactly. Yes. Like, just like they just talk about so many things that like normal people talk about, but they just do it from the fact that they're like part human, part animal. Like, it's crazy. Like, let's start from the beginning. The whole bathroom discussion.
That was great.
That
I
was
actually
so
can relate
funny.
to her Hime's bathroom struggles. In the
Exactly. Like everyone has like their weird bathroom things. Like, for me, like, whenever I use the bathroom, like, I take my glasses off. I take my glasses off. I don't know why I do, but the glasses can't be on, no matter what. When I step in the bathroom, I just take off my glasses because I don't want them on.
Yeah.
And so on and so
Yeah.
forth. And she needs a stepping stool. Like, it's
Like, this is how I use the bathroom.
exactly, but that's so, like, relatable. Like, I love that. And then, like, the whole hair maintenance thing.
Yeah, we got to see Hime's various style of hair. Which, I didn't
Yeah.
even mind. Like, her short hair was actually nice, too. It wasn't bad.
Nope. I swear to God, I will rage quit this series if they cut her hair that short.
I mean, I hate short hair, so I would be... I hate short hair across the board, but it wasn't...
No, I
good.
love
Like,
her.
I
I
prefer
love
with
her
long
hair.
hair.
It cannot be cut that
I prefer
short.
her with long
I'd be
hair.
devastated. And I know that's
You
coming.
like her
That's
little
coming from someone who doesn't care about short hair as much as this one. Silver
Who
Knee
was it
really
that cut
doesn't
the
like
hair?
short hair, but
Alice Dozoroku and Sana cut her hair and I flipped the fuck out.
Yeah.
For like half an episode.
yeah, like eventually as it was going back, you were like, okay, I can fucks with this. But at first you were like, dying inside.
I think it's because Hime just has like good hair no matter what. Like, I don't know why. Part of her character
Yeah.
design, I guess.
Yeah, no, her hair is pretty, like, wonderful. Oh, excuse me.
Also got to see her like clan's bloody backstory history. Which I think was actually the weakest part of the episode.
I actually wasn't paying attention to it at all.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. I was eating, and that part was like, all right.
So yeah, you didn't really miss anything aside from just interesting tidbits about her past and why she has red hair. It was the weakest part of the episode.
Going back to the haircut scene, which was the most normal like scene out of this whole series. Like, they're just talking about, let's talk about haircuts. I'm like, oh my god, yes, it's not going totally crazy. Well, not at first. Because, there was like, okay, haircuts. Everyone has to deal with this shit. Because I myself am getting a haircut tomorrow. Like, my big bushy bush of death will no longer be here tomorrow, which is kind of crazy. I've been growing it out for a long time. But, back to that. But yeah, the Angel's halo is actually hair.
Oh, you didn't know that? Like, I kind of figured that going into it because I'm like, everyone's halos are the same color as their hair.
Listen, I thought they were just
going
gonna have some weird shit about it. Like, I don't know what to expect from this show anymore. But yeah, I didn't know it was hair.
Yeah, apparently cutting it is like a hate crime, though.
Yeah, like if you yourself cut it.
Yeah.
It's discrimination against like your own kind, which is not even that's not allowed. So and then you have to have a special paper saying that it was accidentally cut off, like if it happened accidentally, which is that in itself is crazy.
Yeah. Where's your halo? Show me your papers.
Right? Jesus Christ, that's like it almost reminds me of like borderline communism, like.
Which, by the way, was mentioned in the episode. Did you catch that? At the very end?
Uh, wait, was it? It wasn't when Hime was sleeping, was it?
Yeah, it was, and they were like, "Oh, the new leader of the U.S. was elected. It's whatever from the Democratic Communist Party."
Okay, yeah, I like saw it out of my corner. I saw that out of the corner of my eye, and then like I quickly forgot about it.
Yeah, but so I guess I don't know. Communism is taking over America.
And everywhere else? Question mark.
Clearly, it's not based in 2017 U.S.
Right? Yeah. Also, right. Yeah, when they mentioned like how Hime's teacher was arrested based off like giving her shit about her hair. Yeah. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Like that's actual like wow. I was thinking he was gonna get like, oh like, and they mentioned it so casually too.
Yeah, because there was like, only like, oh, that sounds like a hate crime. Like, oh yeah, he was arrested.
And I'm just like, wait, what? I'm like, wait, also, what? How's that a hate crime? You just thought your hair was red. That had nothing to do with her being a centaur.
Everything's a hate crime.
Which is so funny because Soberoni always, like, mocks me because of me being an SJW. He's like, oh, God, everything, you guys can't say anything without it being wrong, and da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, I feel this should be this is what... this is what Soberoni thinks that we on the SJW side must want, which is not, but like, God, like, it's kind of crazy. Oh man. Oh, also, I also like the Kyoko scene.
Oh yeah, Kyoko. That's what I was gonna mention. Besides Mitama, Kyoko's like now one of my other favorite characters.
Exactly, she was
great.
She was just so good. Like I love her attitude. Like. She's just very...
Yeah, she got shit done.
Exactly. She's very practical and, you know, like, I don't know. I love it. She's
which actually brings me to another point I noticed. I don't know if it was intentional or not. Knowing the show, I would not be surprised if it was intentional. But it kind of painted... Maybe it was just this episode, but the whole show painted a very matriarchal view of like, all the dads are just...
kind of subjugated by their moms and daughters. Yeah. Yeah,
they're like really the lower tier of the family, so to speak. They're like either not doing anything or they're really dependent on their wives or daughters, or they're incompetent. Like,
I mean, like now that you say it, it's like it all like. But that was just like this episode, though.
So, yeah, it was just this episode. I would not be surprised if that was like put in there on purpose, like just to further subvert our normal, like how things are. We've become accustomed to them. So I don't know. It was weird. It's a weird little further thing to notice about the episode.
Yeah,
which is why I love it so much.
Great. Yeah, this show is like 10 out of 10.
Yeah, easily. I can't wait. I can't wait to see how much crazier it gets.
Like this show makes me kind of want to watch Kimono and Friends for some reason.
I wouldn't say that they're
I don't say they're similar. I haven't watched Kimono and Friends. I haven't watched it. But it's like...
Yeah, I can kind of see that. I think if you already watched Kimono Friends, and you would enjoy this. And I think if you haven't and you enjoy this, maybe. It depends. Because Kimono Friends also kind of has that weird, like... Oh, things aren't as they seem, and you have to read into the background and stuff to kind of get the full picture. But it's not on this level. There's no, like, communist dictatorship or anything that's going on in the background. This is far more of a high level.
I fucking love this show.
Yeah, no. Yes, I'm so glad. So glad we're watching the show.
Yes. Fortunately, we cannot stay on it forever, so let's move on. What's next?
Hitorimi, My Hero.
Okay. I really just feel bad for Sadagawa. Like, just all the feels bads for him. Like,
yeah,
he just has it rough.
he has a shitty kind of life. Though I will say, it's weird because the gang, quote unquote, that he hangs out with aren't that bad. They're like pretty cool people, except for one of them who is a fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
minus that one dude, they're all pretty chill.
they are. I mean, they are still kind of a gang that are still subjugating him and, like, making him, like, they're hinting that he, like, pays for their stuff and making him his lackey, so...
But they're, like, cool about it, though. I don't know.
They are, but it's still wrong. Like...
yeah.
Like almost in a semi-Stockholm Syndrome kind of way.
Yeah, I guess so. But at least they're not, like, out to kill him or anything.
Yeah, thank God.
Also, I'm getting really strong West Side Story vibes from this episode. Like, just the setup of it.
Except there's one gang and there's Kosuke.
Yeah. That's all he needs.
Oh yeah, and poor and it's like I feel bad about this whole like episode, and then I feel even worse by like the way he handled it, which was like the worst way possible. Like he was like, okay, and so, all right, if there are any teenagers who are watching this, and I don't even know if this is good advice, but here I go. If there's something wrong with you and you're feeling some type of way, but you don't want anyone to know about it, first of all, you should let someone know about it, because keeping it inside, well, I'll watch this episode and you'll see exactly what happens. But, like, first of all, don't start acting so fucking strange. Like,
yeah,
like,
don't completely change your behavior and do, like, really erratic, crazy things that will put up a bunch of red flags around people that know you.
Exactly. Like, oh, are you gonna come to lunch with me? No. Are you gonna come for dinner? No. What about tomorrow? No. What about the next day? No.
Don't ever speak to me again. Bye.
I think something's wrong with him. Oh, I love how fucking... Oh, God, that dumb motherfucker. Kensuke, I think he's the one who literally said, oh, it must be that time of month. And I'm like, is he on his period? What the fuck does that even mean? What?
Yo,
it must be that time of month.
I'm telling you, Kensuke and Yuma, they need to
They're literally, it's like the competition for like the biggest idiot. Like, Jesus Christ.
Each other.
God, they're so stupid. Oh, you know, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that for when we get to. I almost called the Kuzuna Honkai. When we get to Netsuzou Trap, I'm gonna save that rant for then.
I guess to brighten up the mood, Hasekura
becomes
fucking amazing.
He
is the official shit fixer.
He literally kind of Mitama in this situation.
Yo, he does not take shit. In his situation, he didn't take shit, and now he's observing what's happening with Sadagawa and Kensuke. He's like, all right, guys, cut the shit, get this shit fixed right now.
Exactly,
this drama.
And he didn't, and he handled it. He handled it so like directly yet so well.
Yeah.
Like that whole scene when Sadagawa was like at the ramen shop and he was like, "Oh, I'm being such a dick to Kensuke. I'm so sorry, Kensuke." And then Hasekura stops by, and literally they like kind of have like that awkward starting moment, and then Hasekura was just like, "Yeah, so some shit's kind of going on, and I wonder, does that have to do with anything with that kind of obvious gang that's hanging around this ramen shop?"
Yeah.
And I love how Sadagawa doesn't even, like, try to hide it. He just folds completely. He's just like, oh my god, please don't tell anyone. But there's the great part. Hasekura doesn't tell anyone. He actually is like, okay. Like, he handles it well. And I'm like, yo, respect to you, Hasekura. You're actually very mature.
Yeah, he's like my favorite character in the show right now. He's fucking on point. He knows, he's like aware of what's going on, and he's actually like, he can be a dick sometimes, but he's in the right place most of the time. Yeah. And he fixes everything.
Definitely. Kosuke is kind of a dick. I'm not a huge fan of Kosuke as of right now.
Yeah.
Like, he's not really doing it much for me. I'm sorry. He kind of dropped the ball this episode. He literally was like, oh, well, shouldn't he be running to me for help by now? I'm like, aren't you his teacher? Like,
Yeah,
when you aren't like,
shifts.
hello, like, when you aren't, like, sexually abusing him, shouldn't you, like, be, okay, well, abusing is a little bunch. When you're not sexually harassing him, shouldn't you be, like, actually doing your job as a teacher and be like,
No.
hey, something seems off about you. What's going on?
It's weird, because he's either, like, sometimes he's really in touch and intelligent and is, like, really perceptive, and then other times he's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, it's like sometimes I'm like, I can see the resemblance between him and Kensuke.
Yeah. Having some Kensuke moments every now and
Yeah,
again.
right? God, he's hanging around his brother too much. Catching is stupid. Also, the annoying girls, they're so annoying. Like, I just have to mention that, because, like, whenever they show up, I'm just like, why are you here? Go away.
Go die. What are you doing?
Jesus Christ. Like, they were like, oh, you made a mistake on my corrections. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, fix it. And I'm like, I'll give you a lower grade, bitch. Don't be so pushy with me.
Fix it.
Do.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, Hasekawa literally, yeah, fix it. That's exactly what Hasekawa properly told Kosuke. He was like, are you done being like this? Like, if so,
Are you done being like your brother?
Yeah, right. Listen,
It's bad enough I have to deal with one of you.
I know, right? For some reason, I'm in love with this fucking idiot, but I'm not in love with you, so shake the fuck up. Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, and then, of course, when... Oh, I didn't finish writing this for some reason. But yeah, but of course, when Setagawa was literally about to have, like, a mental breakdown, because, of course, he's so fucking stressed, as he should be, Kosuke takes the time to try to break in. So, in addition to the sexual harassment and, like, neglect, now we just have breaking and entering. He was like, oh, it was almost breaking and entering. I'm like, no, I think it's still
that's breaking and entering. You broke through the window.
You literally are breaking and then literally entering.
Yeah.
Like, you, in a literal sense, you broke the law. So yeah, and then he just, like, pins him down and he's like, oh, sexy time. And I'm like, no!
Problem solving time first.
Then sexy time. Jesus Christ, what are your priorities? He frustrates me. Let's move on before I get mad. Like, I could just bitch out everyone on this.
Speaking of getting mad, Saiyuki Velo Blast.
Oh boy.
I know you're gonna have a fun time with this one, so I'm just gonna let you have your little moment.
So, well, I was happy that he did go on for a murder spree and just literally started killing stuff. Could have been... I feel like they could have gone a little bit longer with it.
Yeah, I expected it to be like the entire episode of him just going on a rampage.
Exactly. Like, that's what happens, like, in the anime. Like, at least half, like, of the episodes dedicated to him, like, just being murderous crazy, and everyone's trying to stop him.
Also, I thought he would kill his own friends. Like, I don't know. I feel like it would have more significance.
If he kills his own friend. I mean, I don't know why he didn't. He tries to all the time in the past. He always tries to kill the Sanzo party when he goes demon form. But yeah. Oh, apparently Bosatsu is, like, just stronger. Like, apparently pacifist does not mean they are weak as shit. They just mean they don't fight.
Yeah. Important distinction.
She kind of was easily able to, like, subdue him. But then, of course, in a very stupid way, they all decided to just throw their fucking lives for Goku can live.
Yeah, they all died as he escaped.
Which was, like, I don't understand. It was like... you knew him for only so long. Like, why would you go as far as to literally take like your own general captive, literally killing dozens and dozens and dozens of people? I like Kenren's speech, aka the Gojo equivalent. The guy who was like the general. I like his little speech he gave before he died, because they always give speeches like that in Saiyuki every now and then, which I appreciate. Like, it was very anarchist of him, which I liked, because like from like the beginning you could tell that he had a problem with how things are run in heaven.
He didn't like the bureaucracy of it.
Yeah, so I think this is just like a setting point to the point where they're like, he saw that they were gonna use this like innocent kid as like a pawn to become and pit him against like the current god of war. So they were like, fuck this shit, and he finally just like snaps. Tenpo, I didn't get to see much reasoning. He was just like, he kind of just had like that scene that people get like when they're like dying. You know, when people are like talk about like random shit like as they're about to die.
I'll never get to see that tree again. Blech. Some shit like that.
Yeah, he was like, damn, I wish I had some smokes. I don't like this brand. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Generic death speech.
Yeah, and then Goku escapes to Earth. And then Kozen... I wanted Kozen to escape, at least.
No, everybody had to die, you know that.
Just stupid. So stupid. And then, of course, at least the only good thing I liked about this episode is the fact that it explains the rest of, like, what happens between then and now. Like, quite literally explains what happens. Like, they wiped his memories, and they locked him up for 500 years until they needed him again, which is now.
So he doesn't remember any of that.
So yeah, so like it almost as if it was for nothing, which kind of fucks me up. Like, it was and it wasn't, because like their wishes for him to lead a better life. It's like, I wouldn't call it a better life, per se.
Not necessarily.
Like, maybe you wouldn't know, because you haven't seen, like, I've seen some of the fights where Goku's gotten into, and it's like, he kind of resembled Swiss cheese at some point. So, especially, like, the last fight before, like, the beginning of this series, where he went up against the other Sanzo priest, like, literally riddled with, like, holes. So, yeah. I don't know. It's not my favorite episode. I'm glad they gave some backstory on, like, how Goku was, like, made and created, because now, like, it all makes sense. And it does tie into, like, the current theme, because Nataku is gone. Even though we don't even know the state of mind that Nataku is, because the person who was Nataku is dead already. He killed himself, so we don't know how Nataku was resurrected, in what form, what state his mind is at.
So we're gonna see, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see Goku run into the new Nataku, and he's gonna get, like, it's gonna trigger his memory or something, I'm imagining.
Yeah, I can only assume. Yeah, and that would be super fun. Yay. I don't know, this episode just, like, left, like, a bad taste in my mouth, just because, like, it was very...
I found it to be just, I found it meh. It was...
Yeah, very meh.
I enjoyed some parts of it, like, I did, like... I don't know, I kind of liked everyone dying, because it was interesting, but... Yeah, I wish they had done more with his demon form and stuff.
Yeah, because I hyped it up so much, and then
you did. Like, I'm a victim of your hype right now.
I know, and I'm so sorry. Like, maybe just have to find other episodes of like him just going demon form.
Maybe they saved the budget for like later on in the season. Yeah.
Maybe because it was like in the. I think maybe it was because like in the manga, I read half of it in the manga of him just going like apeshit crazy, and just lots of blood everywhere. Yeah, but yeah, Jesus Christ, it was way.
Yeah,
it was
a lot
super
of blood.
bloody in this episode.
There was a lot of blood.
Like, Jesus Christ, like Goku literally ripped someone's head off. Literally tore someone's head off. I was like, yes! More blood and destruction.
Kill, kill, kill.
Yeah, but maybe next time. Probably not, because I feel like I feel like Goku goes demon form like once per series. I mean, yeah, like once, well, season, quote unquote. And that's it. Well, maybe, I'm hopeful. Let's move on.
Yep.
To
man, this is the show that left a bad taste in my mouth. Hero Academia.
Really? It was a Froppy episode.
I know, it's why it hurts so much. I love Froppy, and she was super cute in this episode, and it was alright. It wasn't that it was a bad episode, it was just boring. You could tell this was a filler episode.
Yeah, it was very filler.
It was very filler. It was just like, cool. I like that Froppy got some screen time, and she's cute and cool. And I like the other girl that was with her. I
like the hero, honestly.
Yeah, I liked him too. He was cool. Like all the characters, cool. It was just like there was no stakes or anything. Like, oh, let's catch some smugglers or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and when there was action, I feel like the action was a little bit.
Oh no! Sparse. Yeah, you could tell that the action was not the same level of action they had for the Stain fight or for like the tournament or anything like that. It was just like, we have to do this on a tight budget. Let's just throw a couple of punches here.
Yeah, it wasn't anything too special. Also, another thing that another life lesson that you should not take from anime. These moments are just gonna keep happening now. I'm just gonna keep pointing it out, like things you shouldn't do in real life.
That could be a series,
right? Like when you have to jump on someone, try not yelling before you surprise attack.
I was like, wow, don't
she was like,
yell. Like, you could just quietly tased him or whatever.
I'm like, are you fucking serious? Why did you have to yell? You're an actual awful sidekick, and that's why you're a sidekick.
She was a cute sidekick, though.
Yeah, but a useless one overall. Like literally, Froppy was more useful.
Yeah, she was. Although she did get knocked the fuck out a couple times. Like, she's not a fighter.
She's not a great fighter, but she's strong in her element. Like when she like just snatched up that one bitch, like.
Yeah.
Who was like guarding stuff, and she was like, gone, and then. So her tongue is actually pretty strong. If it's strong enough to like lift up human people.
Yeah, and use it as like a grappling hook to rappel down.
Yeah. Yeah. So her tongue has a lot of actual uses. It's too bad that the guy was like her actual like literally her biggest weakness. Like, oh, I can also do that, but I can do that with like 4 other appendages. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's just not much to say about this episode. It was cute whenever Froppy had her little scenes. But other than that, I don't know. It just felt really generic. Like a really, really generic filler episode.
Yeah, it does make me like Froppy, so.
It does, yeah.
Like, if anything else, it succeeded in that, making me like her more.
I kind of wish they spread it around a little bit. Like, in the beginning of the episode, they did
they focused on Bakugo and Uraraka.
Yeah, like, I wish if they had split the episodes into, like, third, and then, like, each part of the episode, like, one focused on Bakugo, then the other part focused on Urara, and then the last one was Froppy, and it was just, like, really small, contained stories for each of them.
Like literally, they just started from the part from where they were called off to investigate the crime, and that was just her part. That was perfect.
And then you just extend the Ura like training, like her training with Gunhead, and Bakugo just doing like walking the beat with Best Jeanist It would have been fine. Like, just extend those two scenes and shorten the long-ass Froppy scene fight.
Yeah.
It would have been a better episode.
Definitely.
But, whatever. That's what filler's for.
Yep. I hope we're ready.
Netsuzou Trap. First off, Yuma gets points for the slap.
Slapping the shit out of Fujiwara. That's right, bitch.
I mean, she loses like, them, but she gets points in the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, yeah. At least she gets them. She actually loses a lot throughout the episode. Never mind. Like, she pretty much ends in negative. And Hatori, like, being a good friend, actually tries to de-escalate the situation. She's like, "Hey,
stop joking. What are you doing?"
Yeah, not in the greatest way, but like not in a assertive way, but enough where, like, her friend isn't end up being hurt. At least now. So yeah, and then she talks about like how like, oh, why are you staying Fujiwara? And she's basically like, I'm an awful person, so I should just be with another awful person, so I'm okay with that. And at first I didn't kind of get it either, and I'm just like, wait a minute. And maybe I'm thinking a little too into it, but I'm like, I feel like her dating Fujiwara is literally like just like some very obscure form of like self-mutilation.
I'm thinking it's one of two things. Yeah, it's either like, I'm a bad person, so this is what I deserve type of thing, which is what I think it is. Or it's a, listen, I'm a bad person, and I need someone even worse just to make myself feel better about how bad I am. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a car thief, and then you're like, well, I live with a fucking serial killer, so I'm not as bad as that person.
Yeah, so, I think she needed something to, like, rationalize the fact that, like, she's doing bad stuff. But it's okay, because he's doing bad stuff, too.
Pretty much.
So it cancels out.
Like, he's worse than me, so it cancels me. Yeah, but I do think it's probably more along the lines of she just feels like a shitty person, so she's like, listen, I don't deserve a good person. Because that's the way it kind of sounded when she was saying it.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling. But now I don't know, because it's like, I feel like she doesn't really show, like, remorse for anything.
She doesn't question her.
She's not very remorseful.
No.
Like, cause now I'm thinking that you might be right, cause like, when is the last time she's ever like truly seems sorry? Like, never. It all seems like, shit, I fucked up. My bad. It never seemed really sincere. Like, she literally seems like a psychopath.
Yeah, I think
sociopaths are the ones who are like crazy murderers and the yada yada yada. Psychopaths are the ones who are like, you know, I'm kind of this void inside.
Although now I have to say, Yuma is officially culpable and part of the problem.
Oh, absolutely.
She is feeding into this problem now. She's no longer just stupid.
Idiot.
She's an active idiot now.
Yeah, right? She's fucking stupid now. She went from being stupid to fucking stupid. And it's like... First of all, the scene at the basketball practice. Are you fucking serious? Like, there's a part of me, like, first of all, shout out to Takeda, because, like, if I was him, I would have punched her in the face. Like,
yo, I thought that, I'm not gonna lie, when she said that, it was so stupid to me, it didn't register. I thought it was a flashback. I'm like, this is how they must have first met, because there's no way she'd be stupid enough to just talk to him after that shit.
Nope, she is actually that dumb. She didn't reach a new level of stupid. She was always that stupid. Like, you can't get any more dumb than that. I don't think so. Not in my opinion. Yeah. And he was just like, he looked at her and he was like, and he had again, Takeda, literally the best character in this whole series, because he's just like, we can't do that, and just walks away.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, like, you have some fucking nerve to act. Like, I would have cussed that bitch out 10 ways to Sunday. Are you? Like, I got mad for Takeda.
He should have been like, oh yeah, sure, and then just never showed up just to get her back.
He should have. That's what she deserves. TBH. Like, I'm at the point where I don't feel bad for her anymore.
I
Like, it's
kind of don't either, because, I mean,
or
at a certain point
them.
I did.
Like, they're all just awful people.
Yeah, and then she just runs to the Hotaru, like,
And then once again,
try to do anything, and she's just like, "No, I need you to like do something."
Comfort me.
Like,
exactly.
Yeah, comfort
although
me.
although I will say that one moment where like she was closing her eyes so I didn't get the kiss, like that was pretty cute.
Yeah, like they have great chemistry with each other when they're not like.
When you forget the fact that they're like we forget the fact that they're like awful fucking people who go behind their boyfriends' backs and like fuck with each other. Then like they're so adorable and cute and I love it.
Yeah.
But they're all like this is the new cast of Okuzu no Honkai, literally.
It's funny because it always follows the trend of like first Yuma does something like Yuma, you're stupid and horrible. And then Hotaru does something and I'm like, oh god damn it, why are you even worse? And then Fujiwara shows up and like, alright guys, I'm king asshole. Let me reclaim my spot real quick. Just so everybody's aware, I'm the biggest asshole in this show of assholes. I'm the Joffrey of this fucking show right now.
Yeah. Kind of. Literally and it was like the best picture. Like that's, ooh, like you didn't even think to close and lock the door. Like really?
I know, right? Like.
And Jesus Christ, you're finger popping your best friend behind your boyfriend's back. After he already said that quote unquote joke about like blackmailing her.
Yeah. I'm kind of mad it left off on the same cliffhanger though.
Yeah, literally it's like the same thing. Like I'm like deja vu, deja vu, deja vu. But yeah, he just snaps a picture of them like just having their lesbian sex, and he's like, well, I was kidding before. I'm like, you lying piece of shit. And then he's like, oh, but now can I join? Oh my god. I hope, like, it's so weird. It's like, I kind of hope that it does come to that, and then Yuma just feels like trash, and I'm like, I'm glad you feel like
now
trash.
you're bad. Now you're a bad person.
I don't give a fuck. I'm like, I have no sympathy for her anymore. It's officially run out. Like, she, like, everything that she said and has done has been, like, yeah, you can blame it on stupidity, but it's also been just very disrespectful.
Like and
all
I figured
around.
out, I was thinking about it, I'm like, what is it about this show that doesn't trigger me? Like, I could watch it and laugh at them, versus Kuzu no Honkai that just triggers me to no end. And I realized, in Kuzu no Honkai, they were, like, more naive and ignorant about things, and that triggered me because I'm like, oh my god, this is so easy to fix. But in this show, in Netsuzou Trap, they were just kind of evil. Like, they're not stupid, well, except for Yuma. The other two aren't stupid, or the other three are. They're just
yeah, like,
evil.
All the kids, everyone in,
really
all those people in Kuzu no Honkai, half the cast, they wouldn't know what they were doing, so it's like,
yeah,
okay,
like,
no one knows what they're doing, so it's
except for Akane,
like, that makes
evil.
sense.
And that's why I like
Akane,
Akane. Like, she knows what she's doing. She's just evil. And now we have two Akane.
Yep, and it's like, who can out-Akane the other Akane?
Yeah. Like, oh.
Well, I Akane your Akane, so he can Akane your Akane.
Yo, dog, I heard you like Akanes.
Like, this show has tons of them.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Yuma is like the weakest Akane.
They're really fucking evil. In a way, they deserve each other, but
they do. They actually really do. And then, wait, who are we talking about? Fujiwara and Hotaru?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I thought it was kind of hinted that Yuma actually might have had feelings for Hotaru this whole time. Just based on how jealous she was of her in the past, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they definitely like hinted at it before, like past episodes.
Yeah, but this one I think laid it on a lot thicker.
Yeah, this one they like kind of rubbed it in your face because they're like, oh, this is the part where she realizes kind of that she has feelings for her, kind of, but it's too much of a pussy to. That's what. Oh, I think that's what pisses me about her the most. Like, it's like you're doing this awful thing because you know that, like she literally went through the motions in her head saying, like, this is, like, I'm relying on her for, like, comfort. Hotaru is like, you're relying on me for comfort, and you just don't want to take any of the blame, and you don't want to be culpable. Yuma's not denying that either. Yeah. And then they're just getting down to it. Like, that kind of, like, silent admission, to me, that just makes her as worse as everyone else now. Because it's like, you're all up in it now. Sorry. I can't feel bad for you. So, I don't know. I hope, oh my god, you know what would be the greatest thing? I know it's not gonna happen because this is some, like, school day shit.
Oh god, no.
Literally, like, Fujiwara has sex with them, and then he still leaks the photo to everyone. And then Yuma and Hattori literally, like, plan to kill him. I said it was school days!
Yeah, that is school days level. I don't think it's gonna do that.
Oh, but wouldn't that be like great?
He's definitely gonna leak I know he's gonna leak the pictures at some point, but it's. Yeah. I feel like it's gonna be for something.
I'm literally just oh my god! I'm waiting for Takeda to find out, and then just that encounter between Takeda and Yuma, and he just looks at her with disgust, and she just can't take it. Oh my god! Oh, I know that's such a awful thing to like admit that you're looking forward to. This show is
bringing out the worst in you.
It really is, because it's such. Because I love when awful people get their just desserts. I know this is an anime. I'm gonna like go on a little bit of tangent. Like, there's a show, this old show called, not Shameless, Weeds, and it's about this woman who like is, as you could probably hint, deals weed, but she is like the worst. Like, I think she actually might be like the grown-up version of Hotaru. Like, if Hotaru grew up to be a woman and just moved to California and married a white man and had a bunch of babies, and then her husband died and she started dealing weed, that would be Hotaru. Like, literally, this woman just is like, yeah, I know I'm kind of hurting you, I know I'm kind of fucking up my family, I know I'm kind of doing this and that, and it has a bunch of repercussions, but like, whatever. Like, that's literally how she goes through life, and I can't stand it, which is why I love watching it. But yeah, it's just like the same thing. But then I love it because she gets her just desserts in a lot of weird ways. Like for example, like her son becomes like an actual psychopath. Like, that's amazing. Anyways,
before we go on another tangent, I think it's important to understand that we all have a little Hotaru inside of us, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's not a little. It's not a little. Well,
you know what? This.
You know, sometimes I feel so dumb. I would go as far as say I have a little bit of Yuma inside me as opposed to Hotaru.
Oh, I don't know if I go that far. I have to be like significantly impaired to get some Yuma inside of me.
Oh god. How dumb are you to have some Yuma? How dumb are you to be classified as Yuma? Find out on the next episode of G&A Podcast. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end today's episode. If you liked what you heard, by all means, drop a like, comment, and or subscribe. And next week, I know y'all love some Fate Apocrypha. Definitely keep a lookout for that, because we all know that shit's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, that's gonna be off the fucking hook.
Yes. So until then, my lovelies, have a great night. Until next time, bye.
Later, guys.